Hello and welcome. Today's video is another Project Pan update. This is for Finish 10 in 2021 Project Pan, year-long project, and I'm making some good progress. So in this project, I have a perfume, and then the rest is powder makeup products, which are definitely the hardest to use up, but I'm making really good progress. So I'm very excited about that. If you do want to see my other Project Pans, check out my Project Pan playlist. I will link that in the description box and in the cards, and let's get into this. At the beginning of the year, I had put a different perfume in this project, and at the last update, I had finished that one, so I did roll in a new perfume. Other items are not going to be rolling style, but I do want to finish as many perfumes as possible this year. So this is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Femme. I really do love this scent, but had it for several years, so, I don't want it to go bad, so I want to use this up. This is a really nice, sweet scent, and so I'll show you the picture of where I was before. I think I was somewhere around here, and now I'm pretty much halfway. Pretty thrilled with this progress. I really do love perfume, but I have found a few top 3 scents, and I really love this one, but I don't think that this one quite makes the top 3. All right, the rest is makeup, and I'll start with the face palettes because I do feel like these are definitely slow going in this project, but I'm using them very consistently. First up is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I've been working just on the contour side. I mean, there is definitely a dip happening. I'll show you a comparison photo to the last update. It's a little hard to tell, but I'm definitely making progress there. I use this almost every day to contour, and I am wearing this today, but I go pretty light-handed with it, and there's a lot of product in here. I had hit pan on this highlighter in the past, and it took so long to hit pan on this highlighter. You do get a lot of product in here. Considering this is $68, it's actually worth it because I do think the formula is really good. And this lasts a really long time. I've had this for almost 2 years, and yeah, I've used this so much. So there's definitely a dip happening there. I think it's still going to take a while to hit pan on this, but my goal is to hit pan on this side of it. The Hourglass Sculpture Palette, I say this at every update for this project. It's really hard to see progress on this, but again, I'm using it really consistently. So since the last update, I've been using the bronzer quite a bit. I've used this blush quite a bit, and then also the 2 finishing powders. So it's a little bit hard to tell, but when you turn it this way, yeah, you can see that the bronzer is getting really flat. There's still a lot in the blushes. Haven't used those as much, and you can really see that these are starting to flatten out. I haven't used the highlighter as much. I don't think I've hardly used the highlighter in the last month, but yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell, but I do think I'm making really good progress on this. My goal is just to use this as much as possible, honestly. I'm not really even trying to hit pan or use this up, whereas everything else I'm going to show you, I am trying to finish the item completely. But this, I just want to use it as much as possible, but I mean, I've used this almost every day this year, so I do feel like I'm getting my money's worth, which is very good. All right, the progress on the rest of the items is actually pretty exciting. So I've been working on the Becca Afterglow Sunset palette, and I think I may have to repress this pretty soon. So the 2 blushes you will see I've repressed in with another blush. I finished the bronzer way earlier this year. And so the pan has expanded on Champagne Pop, which is this color right here. And this one, I don't see as good of progress on it because I've been mostly using Champagne Pop, but it's so hard to tell because this is so reflective, but I'm making really good progress on this, and it's kind of hard to pick that up with my brush now. So I think I'm going to repress this into another compact that I have, and I'm thinking of just mixing it in with this highlighter. It'll just be easier to use them up that way. So I'm thinking of doing that. I do have a repressing video. I will link that in the description box. There's one other item here that I was maybe thinking of repressing, so maybe if I have time, I'll film that, but I've done a video on how I repress, so I'll link it down below. But yeah, I'm making a lot of progress on Champagne Pop. This highlighter, it's a bit slower going. I do prefer Champagne Pop compared to this one, which is called Crystal Gold, but they are both nice, but I think that repressing them together would kind of speed things up, and it'd be a pretty color anyway. I am working on the ColourPop bronzer in Coconut Beach. I do want to finish this completely, and I had pan at the last update, and I have expanded the pan, as you can see with the comparison photo. I use this almost every day. I also do have some other bronzers that I'm using in my Project 100 uses, and then I'm also doing a usage goal on another product as well in the deck of of panning now. So sometimes I layer them together. Sometimes I wear just this one. Most days I do wear this one. I'm actually not wearing this today, but yeah, I'm making progress on it. Honestly, I've realized a lot of my bronzers look really similar. So I haven't bought any bronzer at all this year, which I'm very, very happy about because I'm pretty light-handed with bronzers. I've realized a lot of the ones that I own look the same, so I really do want to get this used up. I still have quite a bit left, but like I said, this project goes till the end of the year, so I'm still hoping that I could do that. And if I really, really wanted to focus, I could start using this every day and then not using the other bronzers too. So yeah, I feel like I have pretty good progress on this one. Alrighty, 3 items left, and I'm working on the Urban Decay highlighter in Sin, and definitely have been expanding the pan on this. I'll show you a comparison photo. So sometimes I layer this with those Becca highlighters. Sometimes I wear this one on its own or with other highlighters. I really do like this one. I think it's really, really nice. It's very similar to Balm Mary Luminizer. They're pretty similar, and I do own that one. Mary Luminizer's maybe a bit lighter, a bit more frosty than this one, but yeah, I'm making really good progress, but I mean, there's a lot left, so you can tell, like, look how much is in these corners. I mean, it's totally full here. I'm really close to hitting this side pan right there. But yeah, overall, I'm really, really happy with how I'm doing on this highlighter. Then I have this highlighter, which I use as finishing powder. This is the Catrice Champagne Campaign. It's a subtle highlighter, so I do prefer it as finishing powder. It is beautiful. And this is the other item I'm thinking of repressing soon because it's getting really close to the edge. It's getting a little bit difficult to pick up on the brush. So for finishing powder every day, I either use this or the 2 that are in the Hourglass Sculpture palette. That's pretty much all I've been using for finishing powder, and that is a step that I do every single day to help blend out my blush and bronzer and highlighter. I just think it looks more seamless. This is beautiful for that. I mean, this is only $6 and this is so good. I really, really love it. I mean, honestly, now that I've tried this, I don't even know that I need to buy the Hourglass powders because this is so good, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I do want to use this up, but honestly, I would totally repurchase. So yeah, I'm thinking of repressing this. We'll see, you know, how soon I end up doing that. But I think ideally, I would repress this and then I would repress these 2 highlighters into a different compact. Alrighty, last but certainly not least, this is a Franken blush that I've been working on. So this originally is the Too Faced Love Flush Blush in Baby Love. And so I had quite a bit of pan on this a couple updates ago. And then the 2 blushes from this palette I had repressed into another compact. And I was so close to finishing those that what I did was I combined them with what was left of the Too Faced, and I did hit pan on this. So honestly, I did not think I would hit pan. I'll show you what it looked like at the last update. This, when I repressed all of those together, it was full to the top, and I really didn't think I was getting anywhere with it. I was using it every single day, and it looked exactly the same. Just no progress. And then all of a sudden one day I hit pan. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So I hit pan about a week ago, and so I've made some progress since then. I'm so excited because I was a little bit discouraged, honestly, after repressing those blushes together because, like I said, the pan was full to the top. But some of you guys said that, you know, when you repress something, it does tend to be a bit softer than the original product. So it often does go by a bit faster once you do repress something. So, you know, I think that is what happened, but it was seriously like weeks and weeks of use and nothing was happening. And then suddenly I hit pan. So I'm really, really excited about that. Honestly, I did not think that would happen. I actually really like this color because, so the Too Faced one was a very neutral shade, whereas the 2 Becca ones that were in this palette, which are, by the way, Flower Child and Snapdragon. And if you have those, you know they are really pigmented, like bright fuchsia blushes. So combining them in with the Too Faced was actually really nice because now it's like a more, you know, it's still a pretty bright blush, but it's not as intense as the Becca ones on their own. So yes, I am so happy that I have hit pan on the Franken blush. That is it for this update. I am thrilled with my progress. I feel like I'm doing so well. I did not think I'd hit pan on that blush Also, these highlighters, definitely making progress. Same with the ColourPop bronzer. And this, I think if I repress these highlighters, that would really speed things up for me on that. So I'm really happy with how I'm doing on this project because these are really challenging items. These like pigmented face powder products definitely are the hardest for me to use up. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Let us know, how are your project pans going? And if you want to see my other project pans, check out my project pan playlist. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.